Hello again. It's time for another class. I think this will be the fourth video in the series, but it's week 5 of class. This week, the theme for our practice will be the 6 directions of the spine and the hips. So this is meant to try to get you to trust a little bit more what you are feeling in your body. If you're doing something in yoga and you think, this doesn't feel quite right, you're probably right. It's probably not right. So this is an exercise in kind of learning to trust that feeling in your body by moving our bodies into positions that maybe aren't quite as comfortable and just learning from that. I'll explain it a little bit later. The yoga therapy that we're working with this week are the kleshas, and again backwards, but there's a little chart here that is embedded, and kleshas are afflictions. And I think it kind of goes with the idea of not trusting your body so much in a different way. But there's 5 kleshas, and they're the afflictions that we always um, bump up against in life. The first one is ignorance. Um, the second one, I'm just going to say them in English, is egoism, is your ego. The third one is attachment, raga. Next one is aversion or avoidance. And the next one is fear and attachment. So I advise you to watch the video. I know that the person speaking is Indian and it's difficult he has a thick accent, but highly recommend it. He's very knowledgeable and I have a lot of respect for the work that he's done. So turn the sound up and just really listen hard as you work through it. So props we'll need for today. You may want, again, a towel or a blanket for your hands. We'll need a block. We will need a strap. And I thought I'd pull this out. This is one of my favorite. It's a wedge and it's long. So I can get I can get both my hands on it. But this is kind of the ultimate in trying to lift your wrist. This is what I prefer to use. So normally when my hand is on the floor, I did this last time, it'd be at a right angle to my body. But when I put this underneath, it kind of takes that angle out. Instead of being at this really severe angle, it's a little bit easier on your wrist. So wedges are really nice. You can get them there's a website called yogaaccessories.com, and they have a lot of things like this that you can get there for not too much money. I'm going to put these down here so I can reach them for later. And with that, let me, I'm going to start by going back here so we don't have to interrupt the flow quite so much. In fact, I'm going to go all the way back by the wall, because when I talk about, I'm at the wall. When we talk about the 6 directions of the spine, we're talking about, some of you from yoga will know, forward folding, back bending. Forward folding and back bending are 2 of them. We also talk about bending to the side, side 1 or left, side 2 is right, and then we talk about twisting, left and right. And those are the 6 directions the spine can move. But and it's good to keep that in mind, but as we practice yoga, we get into positions where, like, this doesn't feel quite right. So using the wall kind of a little bit right now, I'm just going to show you. So if I were going to do revolved side angle pose, it's like this. And my hips, right now I'm facing forward. They feel a little awkward facing this direction, facing this long into my mat when I'm trying to do this. So it's actually better to turn this way to do that. So and likewise, if I'm doing warrior 2 like this, if I have my hips like this, it doesn't feel right. So what we're going to do is start doing poses this way and then do them in the order that turns us all the way around the other way. And while we're doing it, we'll have a little conversation about how that feels in your body, what feels right, what feels wrong. So, duh. Billie Eilish. All right, so let's start. This is kind of a good song, actually. We're going to sit down for a moment. So I'm going to sit back here and just check in with your body for a moment. Scan from your head all the way down to your toes and just notice whatever's present. Maybe take some breaths. Notice if you have any anxiety that's present. And then we're going to move into a little bit of Kapalabhati. And we did this the last time in week 4, where we take a deep breath in, fill the belly up. So that's a big breath in, and then we take some small exhales. And eventually the air is all gone. So we're going to small exhale, and the body's just going to kind of responsively, like a reaction, just kind of inhale just a little bit. Don't think about the inhales, think about the exhales. Let's see if we can do it with Billie here. To take a deep breath in and begin. It figures. When you get to the bottom, just take another breath. So just keep doing that. And what I'd like you to notice as you're doing this, keep going while I'm talking, is what you feel in your body. Does it make you feel like you have more energy, or does it make you feel like, phew, I just worked out and I'm calm? Or you think, going back to last week, that Rajas and the Tamas, that Rajasic energy and Tamasic energy, which do you feel more energy, Rajas, or a little bit tired, Tamas? Or does it make you feel Sattvic, kind of in the middle? So just be aware of that. And we're going to come back to that when we get into some of our twists in just a moment. So speaking of that, let's lean back on the hands. Let your knees be up, feet flat on the floor. And we're going to let the knees drop to one side as you exhale. Inhale, bring them up to the middle. Exhale to the other side. Keep going. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn myself 90 degrees. So you can see a little bit more of what's going on in my body as we hold. Keep going with the breath. Inhaling as the knees come up. Exhaling as they drop to the other side. And then when you get your knees dropped over to the next side, let your whole body spin around. Forearms come down to the ground. Take a nice deep breath in, and we're going to do some Kapalabhati here. Take a nice deep breath in and let that breath go. Then leaving the bottom arm down, open your heart upward, extend the top leg out and extend the top arm in 2 different directions. Breathing. And then on the exhale, let the knees and the elbow come together, the knee and the elbow. Open on inhale, keep going. And then the next time everything's extended and open, hold there. Grab behind your ankle, and then just let your knee gently be moving back. And let that go. Push yourself back up. And now my back is going to be somewhat to you. Bring your forearms down. Take a deep breath in. Kapalabhati. Deep breath in. And let that go. Open the leg, open the arm. Reaching in opposite directions, and then bringing the elbow and the knee together. Open. Close. Inhale. Exhale. So our eye rest today will go right along with this theme of kleshas, of the afflictions, the things that maybe we believe that aren't true about ourselves. Let's push yourself back up. And come on around for cat-cow. Arch the back up as the head goes down. Exhale. Inhale, sway the back down. Space for the breath. Keep going with your breath. One more. Then you can push back into child's pose for a moment, extending the arms out. Come back into down dog, slowly transitioning to standing. Walk your feet up or walk your hands back, and then just hang in ragdoll. Just hang in a forward folding. With each exhalation, feel the weight of your head moving down closer to the floor. Knees are soft. And then on the next inhale, just roll on up into mountain pose, samastitihi, even standing. Finding your feet underneath of you, thinking about your feet being the shape of rectangles and all four corners of your feet pressing evenly into the earth. Just stand here for a moment and notice if any of the energy has changed, any of the thoughts have changed. And we're going to slowly warm up the shoulders. So start by, as you exhale, let your arms spiral so that the backs of the palms are together in the middle. And then as you inhale, unspiral and let your arms open to the sides. Exhale, they close. Everything closes up here. Inhale, open, let the arms rise up a little bit higher. And then we're going to keep doing this, spiraling the arms, letting the arms rise up a little bit higher. So the arms being like little spines, twisting. No hurries here. And really, as you're moving up, see if you can let your arms go back as far as they want to go. With this next one, let's pause, arms overhead, reach. And then interlace your fingers, turn the palms up, reach. A little bit of side body stretch, reaching over to one side, and then over to the other side. Back to the middle, just reach. And maybe a little bit further with just the one arm. Changing sides. Come back up. And prayer, your hands down to your heart. Turn sideways now for our sun salutes. Do two of whichever form calls to you. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let the arms drop. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step the right foot back, lower the right knee. Inhale into crescent. Exhale the arms back down. Inhale, step back to down dog. Walk the dog, wag the tail, whatever feels right. Breathing. And then lift the right leg up. Bend the knee, step it forward, lower the left knee. Inhale into crescent on the other side of your body. Back down, hands. Inhale, step forward and lengthen to the halfway point. Exhale, fold. Inhale, unfold, arms overhead. And exhale the hands down to your heart. One more. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step the left foot back, lower the left knee. Inhale into crescent. Exhale the hands back down. Inhale, step back to down dog and breathe. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, step it forward, lower the other knee. Inhale into crescent. Exhale the hands down. Step the right foot forward and inhale to the halfway point. Exhale, fold. Inhale, unfold, arms overhead. And exhale the hands down to the heart. Take a breath in. And we're ready for that hip moving routine. I want to make sure I'm in frame here for this. Okay. Boom. Okay. So we're going to start facing the short end of the mat. So this is short end, this is long, and this is the other short end of the mat. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then if I say anything about the back side, I'll call that the wall, the green wall or the wall. So feet are a little bit further apart as they go along the width of the mat, the short end. So they're closer to those long edges of the mat. And then we're going to add a bend in the front knee. I don't want to go out of frame. All right. Facing the short end here. I'm going to take my hands into prayer. Elbows are apart. I'm going to take this opposite elbow. So this is my right knee, left elbow. I'm going to take that to the outside of that right knee and then leverage that relationship. Push the elbow into the knee until my hands are maybe in front of my heart. So you can feel the twist And you can feel how, if I had my hip a little open, you can see how I just lost my balance trying to open that back toe to 90 degrees. So it's turned in, the hips, everything is turned this way. Otherwise, it just doesn't feel right. Trust your body. Trust that you know what's best for you. So from here, what we're going to do is straighten that knee and do much the same thing. I'm going to take the block kind of to the inside, still a revolved pose, but this is revolved triangle. So my knees are both straight as I move into this. Still opposite hand to foot. I decided to take the block to the inside of my leg to kind of start to turn the hips just a little bit in the whole body. And then we're going to come up. Opposite hand is going to go up this time. Hips start feeling like they're turning even more. Peaceful warrior. Breathing. I still feel a little bit like my hips are off to the side. Just a little bit. You can also kind of do it. Peaceful warrior can kind of go either way here. And then we're going to just go into warrior one. So, and warrior one and warrior three kind of come together in a combination here. They're always warrior one and warrior three for me. I never do warrior three first. And now my hips are directly facing the short end of the mat. And then for warrior three, you can either have the block there as a little bit of a prop or something else. I am out of frame. I'm going to move back this way. And then step back into warrior one. So this is a little bit more of an open, peaceful warrior now. My hips are kind of turned towards the corner. And just feel the difference between those two. Which one felt right? Which one felt wrong? And then we're going to come back, take elbow to knee, swim the arm over the head into side angle pose. You can guard your heart and gaze down at the floor a bit, or you can open your heart even more. Maybe even let the arm start going back a bit. We're going to unfold into warrior two. And if you recall, we're going to check, make sure the knee is right over the ankle, shoulders are down, and that hip's not out. We're upright. Gaze is out over the front hand. So if you'll notice, my feet are almost perpendicular to each other. The back foot is kind of on its own, turned, as I've gone through all of this. If I were trying to do this pose, instead of my hips being facing the long end, facing the short end, look what happens. My whole entire upper body turns. So trust that things feel right. And then to take a little break, we're halfway through. Bring your feet to parallel with each other and just forward fold. Do whatever feels right here. You can just hold here. One hand down, one hand up. Other way. Hanging over a foot. Other one. Just whatever feels right. You can even go into goddess pose here as an option. Lots and lots of options. When that feels complete, rise on up, and we're going to check out the heel alignment. Have to undo in reverse order all the things we just did, but for the other side of your body. So we'll start with Warrior Two. Check out the knee, shoulders, and hips. Into side angle pose, elbow to the knee, arm over the head. I'm going to move my block down the other end. Breathing. And then the arms are going to seesaw. But what am I feeling in my hips? I'm feeling a little bit of a desire to turn. So go with that. Trust yourself. We don't always have to be struggling. You don't always have to be with those kleshas. When we take care of ourselves, first thing to do is to stop and ask yourself, are those thoughts real? They're just thoughts. You don't have to believe them. And then lead in whatever you decide to do. Lead with love. So now we're going to move into Warrior One. And you'll notice, whoo, my back foot just said, please turn. So I did. And if you'll notice, there's a little bit of a back bend in my body. If I take from my hips up and just kind of lean forward a little bit, and then from there peel off, I can go into a bit of a back bend and the arms just follow. Remember from last time we're holding or 2 times ago maybe, we were holding a big old bubble in the air. And then we're going to push off of that back foot, going out of frame again, into Warrior Three. Bending the knee back into Warrior One. And then notice how this peaceful warrior feels on this side. To me, it doesn't feel quite as comfortable. It feels more comfortable to have my hips a little more open than this. And we'll do our last 2 revolved poses. So start with the knees straight, taking this arm that's up, down to a block. Other arm goes up in the air. I left out the triangles, the regular triangles. Maybe we'll make this a question for this week. Where would you put not revolved triangle, which would be like this? Where would you put this? Look at my toes. Look what they do. I go here. So think about where that triangle should go. Bend the knee, elbows open. Try to get your prayer hands in front of your heart. So I'm thinking triangle might go. You've got Warrior Two, and then you could go into triangle. So right in that middle section, if you wanted to add triangle, you could do that. My notes don't have that much detail. Most of this is from memory. Okay. So that is a little bit on trusting yourself. So if something feels wrong, try shifting it and see if you can make it feel better. The level of yoga that we're teaching right now is not big twisting contortionist yoga. If you like that, fine. But that's not what I'm getting at here. Not with this class, maybe a little bit with the Ashtanga class. But even that, trust your body. If it feels wrong, don't do it. You are the ultimate boss. I'm just a facilitator. So let's go ahead and sit down. And we are going to do the Music City hip opener again. So we'll start with one leg out straight, the other one bent, Janu Sirsasana. And if you can't get to your toe, strap your foot. If you can, just inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold. Breathing. And then we're going to come up, bend this knee. I'm going to strap underneath. Root down into your sitting bones and let that foot kind of float up a little teeny bit, just so you can find your balance before you straighten the leg. Then take both straps in the outside hand, or just hold on to your foot with just that outside hand and open the leg. Come back to the middle, change hands. And then come back to the middle, let the strap go. One elbow around the foot, one around the knee, rock the baby. Let the bottom foot start moving away until it's square with the body. Then we're going to set this shin down on top of the other shin. Square lotus or fire logs, and then forward fold over your legs. If this causes you any pain or you have issues with the top knee being up, remember you can straighten the leg, leave the foot kind of resting on that leg though. It's not down into Janu Sirsasana yet. Breathing. And then as you come up, take that bottom leg and straighten it out. Now let the top leg drop into the middle. You're set up for the other side. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding. And then come up. Bend the knee. Root down into your sitting bones. Lift that foot up off of the floor. Find your balance. Find your balance. And straighten the leg. Straps in the outside hand. Open the leg. Bring the leg across the body. And then bring the leg in, rock your baby. Square the other leg up. Place the foot on top or straighten the bottom leg if you need to. Forward fold. Come on up. And it's time for Shavasana. So you can move everything off, out of the way. I'm actually going to turn Billy off now. And let's see, what do I want today? I think I want a pillow for my head. I'm going to pull a bolster in for underneath my knees. Pillow for my head, bolster for my knees. Let's see what we got here. So for those that have been in Yoga One with me, we've not had bolsters. We've made our own bolsters, and we will be doing that next time. I'll be teaching those that haven't had Yoga One yet how to make a bolster out of blankets. But this is a bolster. Ta-da! Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, just to let your body melt, let it be supported by the floor beneath, mat beneath, pillows and props. If you're cold for any reason, feel free to cover up. Put a sweater or sweatshirt or something on, socks on your feet if you need them. And then just like we did at the beginning, take a quick scan through the body and just notice what's present right now. Notice if there's any kleshas, anything you're holding on to negative that needs to maybe be processed through. Ask yourself if it's a real thought or if it's something that maybe you can let go of. So just bringing those things to mind and noticing how they affect your body, just as a kind of starting place. So with each exhalation, feel yourself grounding down more into the floor. Notice the movement of your body, the feeling of the movement, the touch of air on your skin, taste in your mouth, sounds around you, colors behind your eyelids, your senses opened and alive. And remind yourself of your inner resource, your happy place of ground, safety, and security that you can go to at a moment's notice. Remind yourself of that and know that it's here with you throughout this practice, should you need to take a momentary time out. Remind yourself too of the heartfelt desire, wish, or prayer that you have right now for yourself or for another or for the world. What is it that you desire more than anything else? And then out of that heartfelt desire, what is the one little piece you can work on right now, your intention for this time right now? I don't know if you guys can hear my cardinals that come visit my windows chirping. They may start poking at the window. I apologize. I had no idea they were going to visit today. Connection to all of life. And then we're just going to begin to do a body scan. So allow the sound of my voice, not the cardinals, to be your guide. I believe those are cardinals. As we scan through your body, starting with your mouth, inside of the mouth, roof of the mouth, floor of the mouth, your tongue and teeth, cheeks, ears, nostrils, eyes, forehead, crown of the head, back of the head and the neck, the whole head and neck, a field of radiant or vibrant sensation, moving down into the shoulders, arms, upper arm, lower arm, palms and fingers, the hands and the arms, a field of sensation, and back up the arms and into the chest and the belly, shoulders and the back, the whole torso, a field of radiant or vibrant sensation, down into the hips, buttocks, legs, the thighs, calves and shins, down into the feet and the toes, the whole body, a field of sensation, the outside of the body and the inside of the body, inside of the body, into the lungs, breathing rhythmically. Inhale, abdomen rising. Exhale, abdomen releasing. No need to change anything. The body breathing naturally and rhythmically. Inhale, abdomen rising. Exhale, abdomen releasing. No need to change anything. The body breathing itself. And begin counting your breaths backwards from 7 to 1 in the following manner. Inhale, abdomen rising, 7. Exhale, abdomen releasing, 7. Inhale, abdomen rising, 6. Exhale, abdomen releasing, 6. And keep counting and breathing in your body's own natural breathing rhythm. And if you lose your place, just begin again at 1, 7. Breathing, counting, and being with everything just as it is. Then let go of counting with no need to reach 1. And be aware of the fields or flows of sensation throughout your body and in your breath. Be aware of all that is now present in your awareness. Feeling yourself as the one that is aware of everything that is now present in your awareness. And then begin to move to the feelings that are present in your body. Things such as hot or cold, rough or smooth, heavy or light, comfort or discomfort. And as you notice the sensations, the feelings that are present in your body right now, notice where they are. Are they in an arm, leg, belly, and how they present? Does it feel tingly? Does it feel like a knot, a temperature? And if you find it helpful, bring to mind the opposite of this feeling in your body. So if you were feeling heavy, bring to mind light. Hot, bring to mind cold. And as you bring this opposite feeling to mind, notice where in your body it presents itself and how. Knowing that you can always take a time out and go to your inner resource if things get too heavy. Begin moving back and forth between these two opposites, first experiencing one and then the other. Then over time, allow the space between these opposites to become less and less until you are experiencing them both at the same time without thinking, simply being with whatever is present in your body and your mind. Then bring to mind an emotion, maybe an emotion that you're working with, or a memory that brings to mind a particular emotion. And as you are with this emotion, notice, where do you feel it in your body and how? And only if it's helpful, bring to mind the opposite of this emotion. So if you were feeling sad, bring to mind happy. And as you hold this opposite emotion to be true right now, where and how does it present in your body? Then allow your attention to move back and forth between the original emotion and then its opposite. Back and forth. Over time, allowing the space between these to become less and less until you are experiencing both at the same time without thinking, simply being with whatever arises in your body and in your mind. Where are the kleshas in all of this? Be aware of all that is now present in your awareness, feeling yourself as the one who is aware of everything that is now present, sensing what's present, and then being with everything that is now present in your awareness. Bring to mind a belief that you sometimes fall into about yourself, those I statements. I am enough, or I am not enough, whatever comes to mind as a belief that you hold about yourself to be true. And as you hold this belief to be true, where and how do you feel this belief in your body? Do you feel your heart fluttering like butterflies, or the belly like a big knot, or maybe something else, fingers tingly, head exploding? And if you find it helpful, bring to mind the opposite of this belief. And as you hold this opposite belief about yourself to be true, where and how do you experience it in your body? These are just our thoughts. Then allow your attention to go back and forth between these two beliefs, first experiencing the original belief to be true, and then its opposite, back and forth. And then over time, allow the space between these opposites to become less and less until you're experiencing and holding both beliefs in your body at the same time without thinking, simply being with whatever is present in your body and in your mind. Then allow yourself to move into a place of joy. What brings you joy? What would it look like if your whole body smiled with joy? And we've done some deep work with our beliefs, emotions, and feelings. Maybe getting rid of some of those resistances, holding the good and the bad at the same time. So thank yourself for doing this work and for being aware of your breath and your body at the same time, for helping to build a nice foundation for yourself of intention, reminding yourself of what the intention you set at the beginning of the practice was. And maybe it needs a revision for your next practice. Your heartfelt desire, wish, or prayer for this life, this world, and that always present inner resource of place of safety and ground, your happy place, always there for you. And thank yourself for doing something loving for yourself. Taking this time to practice I rest meditation. And then bring your attention back to your body and to your breath. As you feel ready, moving your fingers and your toes a little bit. Arms and the legs as you're ready for more movement. Maybe bend your knees and roll to your side. Pausing on your side for a couple breaths. No hurry. And then using your hands, push yourself back up to sitting. Take your hands down, touch the earth. Thank the earth for holding you here. Inhale the arms up, bringing the palms of the hands together. Exhale the hands down to your heart. Head bows, eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Eyes open, head lifts. And namaste. Thank you for being here today.